Well, Kitty Krew, Gracie, it's chow time. Come on, Papa's gonna fix chow. Yep, that time again. Yep, Gracie. She'll come running in a minute, and we'll get Kitty Krew all fixed up and all that. Oh, well, hello there, friends and family. Didn't see that you snuck into the country kitchen again. Oh, and we're not cooking yet for me or you. We're cooking up or preparing the nightly chow for Gracie and the Kitty Krew. So if you don't mind waiting a bit and let me get this all together, we'll take it out, feed the Kitty Krew, feed Gracie, and we may chat on the front porch a little bit too. What do you say? Want to? It's Saturday. What is it, May 13th? Right. I'll take May the 13th on Saturday before any Friday the 13th any day. But hey, let's get to making some Kitty Krew chow tonight. So the first one we got to take care of course, is little Gracie. And we're going to be serving little Gracie tonight some of the fancy feast. Salmon and shrimp feast in gravy. Woo, she's going to love it. And she's right at the bottom of my feet right now, ever so happy. So we're going to get her all fixed up. Now, she is a little special and she's the runt. She has her own health problems and everything, so don't beat her up too much. You know, occasionally, when she isn't looking, I'll give the Kitty Krew some of her fancy feast. But we can't let her know, okay? So we got Gracie's right there. See? That's hers. Unadulterated. You know? Let's see if she likes it. You want to see? Gracie. Gracie. Gracie, 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 Gracie. You want it? Come on. Gracie, Gracie. Oh, you do? Well, there you go. There's yours. Yeah, she wanted it. Did you hear? She loves her fancy feast. She's going right at it. Well, hey, we got to get the Kitty Krews put together and get out and feed them up too. We got to get this all done. And it's an everyday thing. You know, they get a little bit in the morning. They get their lunch. Both those times are dry food. Just like Gracie's got her dry, gentle stomach, Purina over there, and her water. And then for supper, I always mix them up something. Gracie gets wet. She doesn't care for a wet and dry mix. The Kitty Krew just love it. Well, let me show you what we got going on for them too, okay? So we went ahead and put some 9 lives. Oh, I guess about 2 cups of 9 lives complete kitty chow in their mixing bowl. And then we're going to be putting in 2 cans of the tender morsels. Real salmon and sauce. Yeah. Hey, if it's good enough for Morris, Spooky says it's good enough for him. So, I mean, it is Morris approved and Spooky approved. So we're going to get every bit of those morsels, as they truly do. I mean, the Kitty Krew outdoors, they're not picky. They'll eat pate, they'll eat morsels, they'll eat shreds. Oh, I mean, I guess if they had to commit to a favorite, they're more of a pate is their favorites. Well, I must say, when we go out here with these morsels mixed with this Purina Complete, which is just one of their favorite dry, you know, they all know they all love Kit and Caboodle and that. But I try to get all that lovely gravy out, and then we're going to also rinse out the cans. Okay, so let me put a little water in my cans and that, and we'll be right back. Now what I do is I rinse out the cans, or I add a little bit of warm water to that there gravy. You can never get totally out of the can. And then I just swirl it around some, add it to the mix, just like that. You can see the can's pretty much nice and clean. And this goes well for, in recycling the cans as well. If I leave any little bit left in them, I can rinse them out before I put them in the recycle bag. But they're pretty much clean and everything. And I'll rinse Gracie's out too. But this way, it makes a little bit more of a gravy for them. And then all we got to do is give it a little bit mix up with the spoon. And they just love that gravy. And that warm water mixes with that Purina Complete Chow. And once we get through that, they're going to be on their Meow Mix or their Kit and Caboodle. I think these are the last bag of Purina Complete Chow I bought back when there was that cat food shortage. It was all I could find, and they didn't mind it. But that's it. We got it all fixed up for them. Now tomorrow being Sunday, they get a special treat. They'll get either salmon mixed in with their dry food at supper or tuna. Now I have to talk to Cleo and Spooky and Mr. Gray, and they all get a vote. Speedy don't care. But they get some type of fish on Sunday. Gracie just loves salmon. She ain't big on tuna. But as y'all will see, she really loves her shrimp. But now we're ready to go out and feed the Kitty Krew. But I gotta do one thing. I gotta give up my hose and get things prepared to go outside. So y'all, I've got to take this out and we'll feed up the Kitty Krew and check on them. And that'll fix them up for the evening. And you'll notice I don't got my hose on. But it'll be okay for the short time I'll be doing this. So hey, let's head on out and get them fed, okay? Hey guys, what's going on? What you say there, Spooky? Cleo! What you doing, Mr. Gray? Yeah, we got to give you some more medicine, Mr. Gray, for your snuffles, don't we? Yep. Papa will get it for you, okay? So come on, guys. You got to watch out. And see, this is a perilous part. They've always been like this. They're getting ready to eat. And we got to navigate the steps, navigate kitties, sort of bump them out of our way a little. They don't want to. And we just got to take it nice and slow, because they're all right here under my feet. And that's just life. And after you have a freak accident like I did, especially one that involves falling and the outcome of that fall, you're very, very aware now of just how many ways you can fall from now on. And of course, the Kitty Krew's always, been underfoot, especially come meal times. And it's not because they're not well fed. You can see right here, they still got dry kibble in their bowls. There's their fresh water. So hey, we're gonna get you all set over here and we'll get them fed up, okay? Yeah, it's been a while since we showed you feeding the Kitty Krew. There, see, they're going to eat a little kibble and patiently wait. Okay, guys, here we go. Come on, there you go, Mr. Gray. There's just some nice with gravy. Oh, come on, guys. Here's some over here. Come on, guys. See how you are? And then I leave a little bit here in the third bowl. And there you have it. And I mean, they always eat together. I could have a bowl for each of them. and sometimes all three of the black ones, the panthers, we eat out of the same bowl. This time we got Spooky right here, and we got, let's see, that's Speedy or Cleo. Is that Cleo? That's Cleo. They're hard to tell anymore. And then we got Speedy and Mr. Gray over there. Now Spooky, he changed up, and he's over in the blue bowl, the mixed bowl. And see, now they're happy. They're taken care of for the night. And see, every time I scuff my feet, Speedy there, she's a little bit skittish. That's why we call her Speedy. So yeah, there's my 3 yard panthers, Spooky, Cleo, and Speedy, and my old guy, Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray has a tough time with that virus, and he's got, upper allergy problems, and I have to medicate him off and on all the time. Just got done. When I came back home from the hospital, his eye was closed up, all full of pus and everything, and I had to get that all cleaned up, medicated again, and give him his meds. He's looking better. He's looking rather poor there when I got home, but that's nobody's fault. Mr. Gray's got the same respiratory virus that Lily Bit and Gracie have. Of course, the 3 black ones here, even though they are all, Cleo's the mother to Gracie and Spooky and Speedy, but none of the 3 black ones have the virus. Gracie had it, Lily Bit had it, and Mr. Gray had it. Mr. Gray, he's lived a long time for having that virus. He's beat the odds. But ever since I've had him, I've been treating the secondary symptoms, which was probably why he was discarded in the first place. People don't want to treat kitties that have health conditions. They just put them in their vehicles, take them out for what I call a long ride out away from where they live, and they toss them out. Primarily here, they toss them out on the back highway next to the big woods behind the cemetery. Yep. Takes kind of special people. You almost wonder if their children had a chronic illness, if they wouldn't try to do the same. Just saying. It's sad. It's sad the way our society is now. We can tell just from all the shootings and stabbings and killings and everything. As a society and a civilization, we do not put much value on human life, let alone animal life, anymore. Sad but true. But I do what I can. And this is what I do every day. It's a little bit harder now that I got to be real careful with them under my feet. Just take it nice and slow, and I don't lift my feet up. I scuff along. Sort of got that old people scuff now that I never realized was a thing till I became an old people too. So hey, if you're a youngin' and you see one of us oldsters sort of scuffling along, don't make fun, don't make remarks. Understand, got no choice. We're just trying to make it through life, just like you. And hey, one day, you'll be old, hopefully, as old as I am too. Or so I hope and pray that you will. And even older maybe. But that's what we do every evening. Between the hours of 5 and 6. They all know it, and they know the time. 'Cause they'll be right there on the front steps, waiting for the old man, like I'm sure they were the whole time I was in the hospital. Yeah. And when we came pulling up that evening, it was around 6:30. A week from the Tuesday I was injured. exactly pretty much the same time I entered the hospital, I arrived here too. A week to the hour and minute almost. And there they were, waiting for me on the front steps. I'm sure they'd been waiting there every day looking for Papa. And you can see they're not even going to finish it all, but they'll finish it before the morning light. And we got Heathcliff. He's a big old orange and white tabby that comes easing around when he feels like it. And I'm still trying to catch him on camera. I've caught him for a little glimpse or two in previous videos, ever so slight. And he don't get close by. He's real shy of people. But so was Mr. Gray once upon a time. As was Cleo, right there, the queen. Now Spooky, he's always been a love bug. And Speedy, she just never quite forgiven me since I took her to the vet. Right, Speedy? But there's my Cleo. We're going to head her on over to the front porch. And while the sun's starting to set behind the tree line, you go ahead and lay under your truck, Speedy. And we'll talk a minute on the front porch. I got to put my spoon up and I got to get something, you know, so we can talk, okay? And you'll see I didn't get lightheaded. My breathing didn't really change. And I know from testing doing this in previous days, my oxygen level doesn't get much lower than about 90-92, which is lower than what they like. But people who have COPD and chronic asthma and emphysema, that's a normal everyday occurrence in their lives. But hey, I'll be right back. There comes my kitties, spending some time on the front porch too. Well, there comes Spooky. Is that you, Cleo? Come on, Spooky. Come on over here on the front porch. Sit with Papa. It's a nice evening. Okay? You gonna sit with Papa? You are. Yep. Just like we always did, huh? Life's getting back to normal. Slowly. You know, one day, it'll be all the way it should be. Won't it? You just gotta keep making small strides. Right, Cleo? You the queen? She's the queen. Mr. Gray, he's still eating. You know, Mr. Gray, he always makes sure the kitties, he sort of treats them like his own children, or maybe his grandchildren would be a better word for it. And make sure they're all full. And then most of the time, he won't even eat till they're finished. Yep. Of course, that's the way my parents did, and my grandparents, and my great-grands when we kids were growing up. They'd always make sure we were all well fed and had enough. And then they would all fix their plates and sit down too. Yep. Taking care of your youngins should be our #1 priority. I wish it was for everyone. I can see Speedy. She's over there checking out the Davises. Speedy! Yep. Oh no. She's fertilizing their yard. Give her some privacy. Yeah. What do you say, Spooky? You relaxing? You gonna get all cleaned up now? Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that later this evening. I'm gonna take a nice hot soak in the tub, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Yep. Get all cleaned up, and maybe we'll make a special trip tomorrow. It all depends on how we feel. Well, there comes my little princess back over here. Yep. She's a huntress too. And I'm thinking next week, as we progress, you know, we've been out walking a little bit along the property each day. Never not much, because it's extremely hot and humid now. And I mean, it was pretty warm today, and exceptionally humid because we woke up to dense fog, and it's been pretty much mostly cloudy all day long. And you can feel it. The air is sticky. Of course, my birdie friends, you can hear them too. They're happy the old man's back. So y'all, I just wanted to come on with you and share just one of the small things, I'm back to doing every day. Something I took for granted. And something that worried me a whole lot when I was in the hospital. Even though I know my son had it. Like all of y'all know, I take care of feral cats, which all of these are. And I make sure they are well taken care of, well fed, and their medical is all taken care of. A couple of them have chronic conditions. Lilybit had a chronic condition, which she passed a few months back and broke my heart. She was just the most lovable kitty. Quite beautiful. It was just a shame people threw her away. Because, yeah, she did have a chronic condition, and she only had one good eye. That little kitty loved me to death. And since I've come back from the hospital, Gracie, which was more of just a cat, one of those that loves you when they want to, and when they don't want to, they'll swat at you and say, leave me alone. Or they'll go hide, and they don't want nothing to do with you. Well, since I've been back from the hospital, it took a day, almost two, before Gracie understood Papa was back, even though he had a new addition. And at first she was scared of the hose. Now, she takes care of it for me, and on occasion she wants to play with it. But that's okay too. But yeah, don't fret. I go very, very slow. I'm very, observant now. The ground's not level. My walkway's not level. There's still sticks out there waiting to trip you up. I'm just going to have to be more vigilant. Take things a little bit slower, and remember, there's nothing worth getting in a big hurry about. And when you do, you just run up the risk of one of those freak accidents happening. We all know speeding in a car elevates your chance of an accident. But at times, we're all guilty of it. And that's one thing, though, since I've retired, I'm less guilty of. I don't speed. In fact, I pretty much do the speed limit. Because it doesn't matter when I get there. And it really never mattered in the whole scheme of things. If you're a couple minutes early or late for something, does it really matter? Is it worth your life? Think about those things. But for those of you who worry about me, my children, my grandchildren, Papa's got to do some things. You got to live life. Wasn't going to come home, even though a lot of people wanted me to. They wanted me to come home, get a hospital bed, lay in bed, get a home care nurse, be here with me every day. And, all I'd do is push a button, just like I did in the hospital. But that's not conducive to healing. That's not conducive to getting on along with your life. Many people do that, especially seniors. They take a bad fall, and we get scared. We don't want to fall again. So that we allow that fear to dictate the life we'll lead from that point forward. I'm not ready to spend my time in a hospital bed with a home care nurse or one of my children taking care of me 24/7, or heaven forbid an assisted living or nursing home. Should that ever become necessary, well, we'll look at it at that time. But I'm not ready for it now. And I'm going to do everything I can to keep from having to do it no sooner than when there's no other choice. Maybe that day will never come. Not that there's anything bad with it. It's just not for me. I've always been an individual person, a free spirit, an adventurer. And I would like to continue my life somewhat in that aspect, if it's nothing more than on my 1/2 acre of paradise in the deep south of Alabama. I mean, if I never left this piece of ground again, could I not be happy? Well, I'm happy right here. I do got to go out on occasion, and that's what we're thinking about tomorrow. I'll take my new friend with me. You see him back behind me. That's Herbert. That's his official name, but he likes to be called Herbie. And he takes care of me when I'm outdoors for a long period of time or when I'm in the truck driving. He makes sure that my oxygen needs are kept at optimum. So what more can you ask for? And just like feeding the kitties tonight, I've already tested it. I know what my oxygen drops off to. I know the signs of oxygen deprivation from past injuries and experiences. And I'm not suffering any of that I can tell. And I got one of them pulse oximeters, which I might add, if you're a senior, you should have one too. And be checking not only your oxygen blood level while resting, like I am here sitting on my duff, but while you're involved in the normal chores that you do during your daily lives. You know, vacuuming, washing clothes, doing dishes, making beds, all those things. Because it's your oxygen level in your bloodstream while you're active that is a better indication of your health, your lungs and your heart. You know, that cardiovascular system and pulmonary system, both which are linked together. You know, it's a better judge of your condition than when you're sitting on your rear end. But hey, I've talked enough. And you've heard the birds in the background. And my kitties are all here relaxing. And yeah, if you don't mind, friends and family, and my children, my grandchildren, I think I'm just going to sit here on the front porch, listen to my birds, talk to my kitties, relax, and enjoy a quiet sunset here in the deep south of Alabama. So hey, until the Kitty Krew, Spooky, Speedy, Cleo, old Mr. Gray, you saw them all today, and little Gracie inside. See you on that next video. Live life to the fullest, but be careful, stay safe, and be well and be happy with your friends and family, wherever you may be. And hey, I do hope that God will bless you and yours as you have blessed those in your lives. Till next time, goodbye for now. There's no sweeter sound than that. Well, maybe angels. Oh, later on, I was concentrating on the birds. Okay, you're getting all cleaned up, Spooky? You're already conked out. Cleo, you getting all cleaned up, baby? Well, there's Speedy hiding in the grass. Speedy! Huh? Speedy, I can see you. Yep, your eyes are giving you away. Oh, close your eyes and I won't be able to see you, baby. Yeah, she's hiding from the birds.